Hey guys, it's Steven. I just want to introduce you to this new video series that we're going to be releasing. These videos are going to be geared towards making sure that you have important information and a review from the previous camp, as well as having information for the following camp. These videos are going to be used month to month between camps, so it's going to be really important for you to constantly be checking up and checking these videos out. In this particular video, you're going to see a breakdown of the forward and the backwards technique, and we're also going to talk about a few reminders that we need you guys to keep up to date between these camps. Thanks. So the very first thing we want to talk about is the initiation of the first step. Again, we initiate on the 8 right before the downbeat, and when we initiate, we roll up from the back edge of the heel all the way to the tip of the toe. On count 8 and, this is what you should look like. All my weight is centered on my right leg, and as I articulate on the back edge of my left heel on count 1, I want you guys to remember that this is weightless. All my weight is on my right leg, and my left foot is absolutely weightless. As much as we can try to get the back edge of the heel on the ground and the toes up off the ground as much as possible, the better we'll be. Now, once you're at the back edge of your heel, between the downbeats of 1 and 2, you want to use all of that time to transfer your weight from your back foot onto your front foot, creating a perpendicular back foot. We're going to constantly refer to rolling up in the back, and this is what we're looking for. As you guys pass through count 1 and, we want to maintain the angle of the foot the same. Notice here it's perpendicular to the ground, and here it's perpendicular to the ground. I'm forcing my toes back in my shoe as much as possible. The moment I pass through the and count, that is the other foot, I want to make sure that I start to invert my foot so that I can articulate on the back edge of my right foot on count 2. Again, this back edge of my heel is placed into the ground, my right foot is absolutely weightless, and all of my weight is on my left foot. So once you repeat that process, the 4 steps that I'm about to take should look something like this. Now the backwards technique is very similar to the forward technique. We still initiate on count 8. On count 8 and, the heel comes off the ground just like it does for the forward technique, but the only difference is on count 1, we articulate back. When you articulate, we want to make sure that the left foot is perpendicular to the ground and weightless, just like it is on the forward technique. All of my weight is on my right foot. Once you've articulated on count 1, you want to slowly roll your weight back onto your back foot. That process, you need to use some resistance and make sure that you control the rate of roll down, meanwhile pointing your right toe. This toe is going to stay pointed as you bend your right leg all the way to the perpendicular and count. This and count should look identical to the forward and backward technique. Now once we get past the and count, we're going to maintain the angle of the foot and push our leg back to articulate for count 2. Once we articulate on count 2, again we start to resist the roll down as we slowly transfer our weight backwards, and we point the left toe now. And then that process repeats as we continue into the technique. So once you put this all together, the backwards technique should look something like this. So there you have it. That's a little bit of a breakdown for our forward and backwards technique. Now the expectation is that you know this information. Not just know it, but also be able to perform it. The goal, hopefully, is that we can all be able to teach this technique and know all of the ins and outs for it. Here's a couple reminders. Number 1, make sure that you keep up to date with the CrossFit training. It's going to be really important and really beneficial for us once we get to the summer. Number 2, make sure that you keep watching for these video updates. There's going to be lots of pertinent information for you to know at the upcoming camps with regards to these videos. And number 3, please stay in touch with the people that are in the Cavalier horn line, in the Cavalier drum line, in the Cavalier organization between camps, so that we can start to build those relationships now and it's not so awkward once we get to the summer. Thanks.